Some of you might know that a few weeks ago at the 45th Annual Kennedy Center Honors, U2, in addition to many other artists, they were all being honored. And to celebrate this, the Honorable Mary J. Blige was planning to sing One, which she had famously performed with the group years ago. Lots of you probably know the lyrics, which include, I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to embarrass myself. One love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters, brothers, one life. But we're not the same. We get to carry each other. One. Unfortunately, Mary J. Blige fell ill and had to cancel at the last minute, and it happens especially in this new post-pandemic, I don't know where we are, world, but we don't want to share our bugs with each other. And Eddie Vedder filled in for Mary J. Blige. Now, I am no Eddie Vedder. And given the tremendous humility of my fairly new friend, Alcee Jody Hastings, the son of the late Congressman Alcee Hastings, he would not like me drawing a comparison between him and Mary J. Blige. But here's the thing. Jody's girlfriend called just a bit ago to let us know that he's in bed with a high fever. So we wish him refuah shlema, complete healing, and I apologize that I am your Eddie Vedder tonight. Although we really don't need any more musical inspiration this evening. Are you not blown away by the Legato Vocal Ensemble? And our wonderful cantor, Jody Rosenthal. Way to honor Dr. King tonight, my friends. For 20 years, I have turned to the cantors that I have worked with and said, I would love a gospel choir on Shabbat before Martin Luther King Day, and it never happened. This year, I didn't even say it. Cantor Jody turned to me and said, would you be interested in having a gospel choir to honor Dr. King? To say that I said yes with great joy is an understatement, so thank you, Cantor, for fulfilling a long dream of mine. Dr. King had a dream, but he wasn't a dreamer. He was a doer. Quoting the words of his friend, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, Dr. King prayed with his feet and he marched. He resisted with his words and he spoke out. He fought back with his soul, and God knows, while he was taken from us way too soon, he changed this world in the short time that he was on the face of this earth. In 2023, almost 60 years after Dr. King stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and told us his dream, I find it reprehensible that many of us are still dreaming his dream, because his dream should be a reality. Racism, anti-Semitism, bigotry, homophobia, and too many other forms of hate are still dividing us, hurting us, and pushing us down. I find it maddening that almost 60 years after Dr. King shared his dream, dangerous groups of folks out there, some of them with a lot of power, are committed to doing everything to make sure that the dream is crushed. Our society is a petri dish for white supremacists, for racists, anti-Semites, haters of all types, people who hate people simply because they're different from them. They continue to fester and attack and hurt and kill, and they're really, really good at using their hate as a tool to divide those of us who still dream the dream, particularly dividing us, the Black and the Jewish communities that share many who identify as both Black and Jewish. our communities, the Black and Jewish communities. While our stories are different in many beautiful ways, there are powerful moments in our stories that overlap and intertwine and should bring us together. But sadly, we don't listen to those parts of our stories. But let me tell you, if you're sitting in here tonight, you heard it. For the most part, we've become the other. And this is exactly what the haters want, because God helped them if we started to listen to our shared stories. God helped them if we united and stood up as a unified front. As Mary J. Blige would have sung at the Kennedy Center Honors a few weeks ago, one love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters and brothers, one life, but we're not the same. But we get to carry each other. Carry each other. To my Jewish brothers and sisters, to my Black brothers and sisters, and my doubly blessed Black and Jewish brothers and sisters. They're in here tonight. Shout out. It is time to overcome our differences and discover our similarities and realize that we're one. And finally figure out how to carry each other. It's time to stop dreaming about a better day. A day when a young Black boy won't be arrested because of the color of his skin. A day when a young Jewish boy won't be beaten up because of the yarmulke on his head. It's time to stop dreaming about a day when Black women have the same access to health care that white women have. It's time to stop dreaming about a day when synagogues don't need full-time security, and a day when Jews of color are not questioned about their Jewishness or seen as the other, especially on the streets of the Holy Land. It's time to stop dreaming about a day when Black Americans are less financially secure simply because of their race, and Jewish Americans feel that they have a target on their backs simply because of their faith. It's time to stop dreaming about all of this, and it's time to wake up, because racism is real, anti-Semitism is real, and hate is real. Now, I know that I'm literally preaching to the choir. I just had to. But all of us in this room, we live it. So we should be the ones to stop dreaming and start doing. Doing just like Dr. King did. And Dr. King reminded us that each of us can and must do. If you can't fly, then run, he said. If you can't run, then walk, he said. If you can't walk, then crawl, he said. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And if you cannot do great things, he said, you can do small things in a great way. So it's time to do lots and lots and lots of small things in great ways to stand up to the hate. And part of that includes tonight coming together as Blacks, as Jews, as people of other faiths and races, as Black Jews, coming together to create community, to forge relationships, bonds, connections, to learn about each other, and to sing and to pray, to appreciate, thank God, to appreciate that we're not the same. We're beautifully different. And we can see each other's skin color and celebrate it. We can be inspired by each other's faith and learn from it. We can appreciate that Judaism is not defined by skin color, but by the story of our own souls. And we can sing in a house of worship that is different than our own. And we can be lifted higher by music that comes from traditions different from ours, but inspired by struggles and passions we can relate to in our own way. It is by doing all of these things and more that we discover the gift of one. We are, in all of our differences, one. And because this gift, this one, we get to carry each other. One day, this all will change. One day, we will treat people the same. One day, we will stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day, we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like we do tonight. Something holy and magical and incredible happened in the sanctuary. Was it what normally happens in here? No. Because if it was what normally happens in here, it would be special, but it wouldn't be this sacred moment. My friends, Dr. King told us to do great things and reminded us that if we can't do great things, do small things in a great way, and we have done something great tonight. You have all done something great tonight. And to my friends up here, and to my wonderful cantor, to our leaders here tonight, to my synagogue family, to friends, to neighbors, to the young kids who are here tonight. Bravo, parents, for bringing the kids. To Benjamin and our bar mitzvah family tomorrow. The music has to continue, and so does the fellowship. One day is not in the future. It does not need to be a dream. It is right now, and it must be right now. Together, we have flown really high tonight. Our voices, whether you think you can sing or not, you all sang, and they've carried each other. We are one. Let's continue to do small things in great ways to heal the divide, continue to become one, and once and for all, stand up to the hate and the haters together. As Dr. King said, make a career of humanity. Commit yourself right now to the noble struggle for equal rights for all. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. Thank you for creating this sacred space this evening. Shabbat Shalom.